All right, howdy. Welcome back to WindleyMania, the greatest podcast you never heard of, brought to you by the greatest band that you have never heard of, that band being Windley. You have to go to @Windley_band to keep up with the world of Windley. I'm the best in the world, Andrew Reidner, and with me, as always, man's best friend, Devin Hopkins. Devin.
Andrew.
Hey, man.
It's been a long time.
I got that all out. That was I felt like I vomited a little bit, but...
You were like pacing back and forth, and you were crying, and you were punching yourself in the face, saying, I can't do this.
Get it! Come on!
And that's what you were doing. It was making...
That was the first try. That was the first time I pressed R.
That was it. You hit R.
Yeah, I hit R. And R for rock on. Let's go.
We're rocking and rolling.
So WindleyMania, it's back for a short while at least. We're going to record some episodes. We had the idea that, there's some people that we haven't talked to yet when we were still doing it regularly, and there's people that we wanted to talk to again. And so that's what this is. It's not going to be around for a long time, but we're
here for a good time, not a long time. Isn't that what they say?
I guess whoever they are.
The Utes.
Yeah.
Chill the kids.
That's true. But now we're here, and it's I don't know when this will come out, because I hate. There's if you're a regular listener, you'll know that there's a lot of dumb bullshit episodes, and that's usually made out of hey, I want this to be consistent, and I want this to come out on Tuesday. Oh my God, it's Monday. I don't have anything fucking recorded. And so hopefully this season, we'll call it, is the cleanest, best, collection of podcasting that we are able to provide. Who knows? It could be the worst. It could be the dirtiest. Really bad.
The dirtiest, not cleanest.
But hey, we got through 100 episodes after 3 years.
Not many people can say that.
Not many people can say that at all.
Not many people can say that.
Usually 100 episodes is like 2 years.
Yeah.
We took 3.
We took our time with it. So we let the episodes marinate longer. 200
will be in like 18 years, maybe.
Yeah. So be on the lookout.
Yeah.
Garrett took his balls out on episode 100, so who knows what we'll see on 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing we don't do video.
We do video.
We do video, but we don't post it.
Yeah, the guests never know where the camera is.
Yeah, there's video. There's a camera.
The audience doesn't know where.
I don't even know where the camera is.
Yeah, well, the camera loves you.
I bet.
Yeah. Anyways, we're not alone here in the storage unit. We have a veteran of the WindleyMania podcast. He is a entertainer, a philosopher, a wordsmith, and really handsome. Jake, a.k.a. Frank the Frog. Hey, buddy.
I got something to tell y'all.
Okay, what's up?
I've been the hidden camera this whole time.
Damn.
Yep.
Well,
he's got all that footage and everything. Who knows what he's doing with
it? Making cool collage type work,
What are they called? Like fan cams on YouTube, and it's like just different clips just put with cool music.
Oh, yeah. I love the Planet of the Apes ones. Oh. Yeah, they got the new trilogy with Caesar.
Yeah, I love
fucking
those.
Apes Together Strong, brother. But
I like when he said no.
Oh yeah, that's a big moment when he says no.
Yeah,
he's out there with Tom Felton, which he was I love. First of all, I love Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
that's my franchise, even above Star Trek and other things I love. I mean, Planet of the Apes is and that Caesar trilogy is such, that first movie in particular is such just great storytelling. And Andy Serkis, his kind of progression of being more self-aware of his position in life. He's the moment where they're walking in the park, they take him to the park and he jumps around the trees and they take him back and he's wearing a leash and he sees a dog and he's like, yo, James Franco, am I a fucking pet? I mean, that And then when he has to get dropped off at the fucking pound, I mean that shit's good. And then the Caesar fan edits, those are just they're hysterical on one end because it's
Wait, the Caesar what?
the fan edit things that Dan was talking about.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm glad you like those so much. I love those movies as well. I just finally watched
always
the third
a giant
one,
love.
a couple weeks ago.
You just watched it?
The third one. Yeah, I was late on that
War?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, War's good. That one's like a cool, like pseudo. I described it as a pseudo western.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
Yeah. But we're all like musicians, and it had that like cheesy part, where like music technically saved them at the end because they like beat on the drums. You know what I mean? It was just very like basic. But that's how I looked at it. I was like, oh, they used music. Look at them,
Oh, you're talking about Kingdom.
Is it? I don't know, man. I don't know
The
the
most
names.
recent one that came
Yeah, the
out this
most
year?
recent one.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's Kingdom.
That's why I was late.
Yeah,
on,
they got
'cause
the
it's new.
fucking the
Yeah, no,
birds,
okay.
the
War was the
eagles.
second one where they first started
Well,
grabbing
the first
guns.
one's Rise in the
Yeah.
trilogy. The second one is Dawn.
Okay, that's the one where they started using guns, right?
That's the one where Koba goes
Yeah.
in and he gets guns, and
Yeah.
he's not a
Koba.
he trusts Caesar in a way, but he's more scared of anything.
Yeah.
And that's it's about a movie about fear.
Yeah.
And then there's War, which is sort of like it ends the trilogy, and then Kingdom is like hundreds and hundreds of years later.
Yeah.
And they got an Eagle Clan. That movie rocks. I just watched it again the other day.
Yeah. I'll probably watch it again.
Yeah, I got the 4K Steelbook.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Apes Together strong for sure.
Yeah, Apes Together.
Yeah. So what's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Hey,
I just love Planet of the Apes.
hell yeah.
Planet of the Apes podcast.
Yeah,
The podcast
I'd be
names.
down. I'd be down. I got plenty to talk about.
I love apes in general, and I think that's why I like the newer series more, because they're more ape-like, you know what I mean? Like the 70s one, they've got that weird, like they're clearly people in ape suits vibe going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Roddy McDowell, he's not in Beneath, but he's in the other ones. And he was like the sort of the godfather of the whole like technique they were doing as far as like how the apes were supposed to act. And he's excellent. He plays Cornelius in Planet of the Apes and Escape from Planet of the Apes, and he plays a different character in Conquest, and then he plays a different character in Battle.
Oh, wow.
And he's
cool.
fantastic.
Was he the guy that went on the late night show? Was it Carson?
That's Paul Williams.
Okay,
he
different
was
guy.
he was in Battle,
Okay.
which Battle's not necessarily one of my favorites of the movies, but yeah, Paul Williams goes on Johnny Carson, and he lights a cigarette and he's like he's like crooning like an old song, and then he goes up to the couch and he's just cracking jokes, and he's like an orangutan. And he's all in the makeup. It's a great video.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's like, what they like shot earlier that day, or
Yeah.
filming went longer, or it was about to start, and he had to just.
It was
either
after a day of shooting.
he had to stay in makeup because he didn't have time to change.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It's funny.
Yeah. So what have you been up to?
Today I stepped on a really big, sharp, strong thorn that went all the way through my croc and hurt my foot, and my foot hurts still.
Jeez,
Yeah, it
where
was
were you
cool.
at? Where there was a big thorn?
My house.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate big thorns.
I didn't know it was that bad. And then I stepped on it and I was like, oh, it's really that bad. Crazy.
You got to get the steel-toed Crocs.
I got 'em, man. I'm always talking about, like, they're tough on the top,
Yeah,
but apparently not on the bottom.
they
It's
make like the platform ones too that are like
Yeah.
2 inches off the ground.
That would've been
I'm
more
sure that
convenient.
would have been good for your thorn.
Yeah, it might not have made it all the way through.
Yeah.
Maybe still, but, maybe not.
Damn.
Chances, odds. But other than that, just working. Went to that show last night.
Yeah, we were at the show last night. At
Which when this comes out.
I don't know when this episode comes out, but
Yeah, it won't be last night.
it absolutely not. But it'll date it. So this was yesterday was the toys for tots,
The
Toys for
Riffs
Tots.
for
Riffs
Gifts.
for Gifts
Yeah.
at the Brick House,
Brick house.
and I was there,
I was not there.
and
Ooh.
I was watching something else.
Yeah.
I was out of town.
you were watching
I was watching the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Right On.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever watch those guys?
Are all of them trans?
It's crazy that they it's good that they found each other. I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
crazy, but it's
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's,
Not
it's
crazy.
good that they found each other. All of them.
You ever watch those guys, Jake?
You ever
No,
watch it?
I hear they're good.
It's
Dude,
really good.
It's
a
like
really good show.
We went last year, and it's basically just like a fucking long ass Christmas hard rock theme park show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I secretly love Christmas, so that's cool.
Yeah. And it's they got like a whole story. There's like a running narrative with their some they don't do like Silver Bells or Jingle Bells. They might do Jingle Bells. Like a version of it. Well, they're not out there going, White Christmas. They're like, fucking
There's like really cool rock arrangements, and they're shredding over it.
I think I have heard at least one song of it.
You've probably heard it, like
yeah.
In like if you've watched like a Christmas light show, like some of the ones they do here, there's usually a TSO song.
I want them to do
that they sync the lights up with
a song from White Christmas. What's this song? Sisters, sisters, there's never been devoted sisters. That song? They should do that. Dun 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 dun. Sisters, sisters. When a man calls from Rome, she wears a dress and I stay home. Sisters, dun dun dun. Yeah, like over that. White Christmas. Christmas is coming up. I don't know. This is going to be after Christmas, but I imagine we all had a very pleasant, wonderful holiday.
Yeah, I bet it was a good one.
And Hanukkah's the first day of Hanukkah is on Christmas. How about that?
Look at that.
The first one.
Something for everybody. The very first one.
And they're doing it. They're finally pulling the trigger on it.
They're finally doing it.
And they got 8 of them, right? The days?
Yeah.
There's 8 crazy
I know
nights.
that. Yeah, because Adam Sandler told me.
Yeah.
Or else I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
That movie is... I keep seeing the clip of the bum bitty 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 bum bum. Yeah.
I watched it again the other day for the first time in years.
Yeah.
With a limited commercial interruption on Tubi.
Love a good limited commercial interruption.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tubi. Is that the one with the... You get all the... It's like
all the Amazon free stuff. I think Amazon
I like
owns
Pluto
Tubi now.
TV.
Pluto TV's good.
Because you get the categories.
Yeah, they just have like the channels that'll play Alf all day.
Yeah, Alf.
I like that one. I like the Alf channel.
You could watch Facts of Life. I think there's a Facts of Life channel. There's a Love Boat channel. There's a Fantasy Island channel.
Yeah, and it's usually like they cycle through, like, I guess they only get their rights to like 2 seasons of them at a time. So if you keep it on long enough, you'll see the same episodes again.
Yeah.
At least that was it was like I think they had a Workaholics one at one point. They had a Workaholics
whole channel? I've only seen,
and there was only like 2
episode.
seasons of it. Like,
I should watch the Workaholics one because I've only seen 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
It's a good show. I don't think I've seen every episode, but like, because there's like 5 or 6 seasons of it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I was really into it, and then like by like season 3 or 4, I was like, I like it, but I'll watch it when I watch it.
Yeah, that's about. I think I watched like the first 3 or 4 complete seasons, and then I think I fell off at some point.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it wasn't as good. I just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
just watching other things, I guess.
They might have taken it off of whatever it was I was using.
Yeah,
taken it off of Netflix or whatever. It's probably like on Paramount now. I don't know.
But it's good though. I liked it.
Good show, fun times.
Yeah, I'm rewatching a lot of shows I like. Now that's the end of the year, and my girlfriend's watching some of these shows for the first time with me. Ooh. So we're watching like Deep Space Nine.
Oh, nice.
And we're watching. We're getting through Twin Peaks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which I love Twin Peaks, and this is her first time watching it, and it's really funny because I watched that show mainly by myself for the first time. And there's like a lot of funny moments, and then there's like a lot of like, I don't know, it's one of the weirdest shows like experience with another person and them watching it for the first time.
I haven't gotten to do that. I just got into it like 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
And then I went through it by myself like 3 or 4 times because I was obsessed. But I never had that person to like look at their face when that part happens kind of thing, Like,
that's always fun to do.
That.
And it's interesting because the return is so dense.
It feels like the lights are now.
Yeah,
now
this is what that show feels like.
That's the change.
And it's so dense. There's like only like 10% of like the really big stuff that I even remember. Like episode 8, I remember that. I remember.
Oh wait. Check
Oh,
this
what?
out.
Wow, there it is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
I
yeah.
can't talk about her, but you know,
Right.
Jodie.
Judy. The end of Fire Walk with Me.
Yeah.
She saw that and she was like, "What?" Like,
Yeah.
what? First of all, the whole movie, like the Fire Walk with Me, it's a love. I love that movie. It's the most upsetting movie, you could probably watch. And then the end, like, after literally all of that, and then you get what you get with whoever says Judy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that show's so dense, and she's asking me stuff, and I'm like, I really don't remember where this goes.
Yeah.
Like I forgot this character was in this season.
I did that because I showed my girlfriend Lost.
Okay, yeah.
And she was asking me, I was just like, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I just kept doing that. Like, that's a
yeah.
great question. Because I, like, that show is insane. You gave up on it.
I have enough leeway for the bullshittery of Twin Peaks, but for some reason, the bullshit of Lost, I couldn't deal with that. Because it's like mid-first season, they see a polar bear, and none of them talk about it.
There was bigger fish to fry.
There was apparently.
There was bigger fish to fry than the polar bear.
Okay,
they were trying to get off the island.
Maybe one day. I mean, I'll get to it. I know next year there's supposed to be the Peaky Blinders movie, so I got to rewatch Peaky Blinders. The fucking Peaky fucking Blinders.
I haven't watched that.
Oh, it's basically it's Cillian Murphy. And he's like, I'm Thomas Shelby. I'm with the fucking Peaky fucking Blinders.
You've talked about.
And then it's like Ford truck music as they beat up people. Yeah. It's pretty fucking cool. Yeah.
It's on Max, isn't it? I think
it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, and there's a lot of and for me personally, because I love Boardwalk Empire, and there's a lot of crossover with Boardwalk Empire as well. And
But yeah, going back to what y'all said about like watching something with somebody, I got to do that with her and showing her Lost, and now she's showing me Orange Is the New Black.
Oh, I slept on it, but they were right whenever I finally got to it.
It's really good.
It is.
And it's similar to Lost in the sense is like there's like so many fucking people in the show, and there's episodes devoted to like individual storylines and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people got a lot of different
There's
things.
a lot going on, but it's a really good show. I think we're like just starting season 4. She's watched it a bunch, but this is my first time watching it through.
I saw I saw later seasons out of context.
Yeah, I think I've heard from people that it falls off like later on, but I don't know. It's still okay for me.
Yeah.
She said that the end of this season will piss me off, so we'll see what happens. By the time this comes out, I will have already watched it.
I won't say anything to spoil it. I'll just say basically like a really big thing happened, and then after that it was hard to make anything else as big. That's the only thing. I didn't think it fell off after. It's just kind of like it's like it felt like this season was the climax, and this season is more stuff that happened after.
Yeah. This
But
like the end of season 3,
anything,
like the very last, like the end of the last episode of season 3. It just has like it has like a good feeling, and it's like that there's like other shit that's just about to happen.
Yeah.
And then it does.
Yeah. Did you guys watch? What's been your favorite movie of 2024?
Oh,
you had
man.
to pick one.
I think The Substance. I keep
The
talking about The
Substance.
Substance.
I finally watched it.
Did you watch it with your dad?
I did not.
I instructed you to watch it with your dad.
Well, my brother turned it on, and I wasn't gonna say no.
Oh,
We were
okay.
downstairs, and they said we haven't watched this yet, and I was like, "Well, let's fucking watch it." I fucking loved it.
It's
I
fun.
loved that movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
So good. The end of it, I read your review about it, and you said how it kind of like loses steam a little bit, but like it's like so good, like just really
my
good.
letterbox, Andrew T. Ryder. If you
Yeah,
want to read
he's
my
got good
review of
reviews.
Substance. Sometimes I write really good reviews. Sometimes I write a fun joke.
Yeah.
I mostly just write a dumb sentence.
People get
that I
mad.
love.
People
get really. I wrote
it's-
something about one movie that I barely watched, and someone like got at me in the comment like, "No, this is a cold diarrhea take. You need to watch it again." And I think I responded to him like, "Hey man, who cares?
Yeah,
like,
that's-
if you took my review that seriously, I'm just some guy. Like, you need to get a life." Or something. I don't know.
People feel invalidated or something when their opinions are not shared. Like
They didn't.
It's
like
an
my
opinion.
movie.
Like
they didn't like my movie. I like.
yeah.
Yeah, it's I see shit like those. I was like, why is the top review on Casablanca? I want to suck Rick Blaine's dick.
Because he was packing. Chill. I don't know.
Yeah. I like writing, and sometimes a movie I'll just be, especially if it's like a new movie and it's like a lot to process, and it's fun. So Substance, what is Substance your favorite?
I think Substance is probably like the favorite movie I've watched this year.
Unless y'all bring up something that I can think of that I'll be like, no, that was better.
I didn't see a whole lot of movies this year. I maybe saw like 15 or 20.
I didn't see a whole lot of good ones, but I watched a lot of the bad ones because I heard that they were bad and I was interested.
I did go see movies this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Very worthy part of the franchise. I'm excited for the apparently this is gonna be a new trilogy.
Yeah.
I really liked Challengers.
I haven't watched it.
The tennis movie with Zendaya. It's got the Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross score.
Yeah.
That is fucking unbelievable.
You were talking about that on the way to the game we went to.
I told Garrett to watch it because I was like, because he watches that show that Zendaya's on. I'm like, well, you got to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Challenger. I thought that was great. There's one unbelievable part. I guess they eat at Applebee's at one point.
Yeah, that's
which I couldn't buy. I just I was like these top tier college. They were top tier college athletes, and now they're eating at. I don't know. I guess it makes sense.
Have you ever been to like a chain restaurant and there's like a bus parked outside?
But they were like in a major city as well. And I was like, why are they at Applebee's?
Maybe they just wanted something. Maybe they just wanted to know what to expect.
Yeah, like a humble experience.
Plus, those Dollaritas.
Okay.
They actually, they're pretty strong.
Someone told me to go to Applebee's. It might have been you because of the Dollaritas.
I mean, I went recently and it wasn't terrible. I think I shouldn't have gotten the pasta dish because I think that no one orders that. And they probably saw that
like,
print and they said, who the fuck got this?
Yeah.
And they just put it in the microwave. Yeah. But it was good enough.
I really liked Nora.
You were talking about that one.
Nora,
the movie. No,
yeah, it's sort of like it's there's this giant split between the movies where it kind of like shifts into what kind of movie it is, and that was a really good one.
I liked Trap.
Trap, I really like.
I saw that. I like that. Okay.
M. Night's. This is his from Old to Knock at the Cabin to Trap. Like he's doing like this crazy like B thriller thing.
It's good.
And it's been really good.
Fun. What's the guy's name that played I forgot his name. He was great. I forgot the actor's name. The dad.
I'm blanking on it too. But he was good.
But it's that guy. He used to be in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
the guy from Stuff.
It was the fellow on the thing.
Yeah,
he had the hair in that one movie.
Did you see the movie that M. Night's daughter made like last year?
Not yet.
Watchers.
Not yet.
It was pretty good too. I watched it earlier this year.
I read someone did like a long interview with M. Night around Trapped, and they were talking about early on they were doing the sound mixing for that, and it sounded really cool.
Yeah, that was a cool movie too.
And what was the other one? There was another movie. Oh, the Jesse Eisenberg, A Real Pain.
I didn't see that.
That's a really good movie too. I thought it was shot mostly in Poland, and one of the McCulkins.
I know what you're talking about. I did see
Kieran McCulkin.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's in it, and it's really unbelievable how his character work in that. I mean, but anyways, I don't know what my favorite. It might be Challengers though. If I had to really, because I just remember watching that came all the way out back in March.
Yeah,
and I'm still like, it was still just like a fucking, like a lot of like a air being sucked out of you, just in a good way.
Yeah.
I did watch more new movies than listen to new music this year.
Megalopolis, remember that?
Oh shit!
Francis Ford
that was
Coppola's
a fucking movie.
We went to see that we went to the AMC to see that, and there was us and 4 other guys.
Yeah,
and 3 of them dipped out. All in different parts, and it was
from the movies.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It was like 2 hours 45 or something.
It was pretty lengthy.
Yeah.
So y'all go to movies a lot. Do you see people do that?
Leave?
Yeah.
I only saw people leave during Megalopolis, and then when we saw The Substance, it was my girlfriend and I, and there was some random guy, and he ended up leaving during the first Substance part.
Yeah.
In the bathroom, he ended up leaving during that.
Damn.
And arguably that's not even the most.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Gruesome
that's
part.
it was grotesque.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Can't stomach your body horror.
I don't know, man. I feel like if I paid for it, I'm gonna experience it.
Yeah.
Even if it's a bad experience, you gotta go through with it.
Yeah, I think I've only walked out of the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Michael Bay one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I was just kind of like, I don't know if I walked out of Amsterdam too, Darren Aronofsky's Amsterdam. I walked out of that too because I was just like, that was a movie where it was like they were really banking on all the people they got for guest starring or also just
I think
bigger
I saw
names.
some of that actually, and that's what I was thinking of when y'all said Megalopolis. But I think Amsterdam is the movie that I was confusing. For
that
for
was
some reason.
I think that was last year or the year before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I think
like they got Mike Myers, and Mike Myers comes in, they do like the camera does this giant swooping thing, and they're like, we got Mike Myers. And then it was like fucking Michael Caine, we got Michael Caine. Fucking Michael Shannon, all the mics, we got all the mics. And Taylor, the best part of that movie, Taylor Swift gets hit by a car. if you like, I don't know if people know, that's kind of a spoiler, but it's early on, and people,
because they put her in there.
I
like, hey,
laughed.
Taylor Swift is in it. She gets hit by a car.
I tried really hard not to laugh, but it was just so shocking and kind of funny, and I felt weird because I was the only one who laughed, and it was a Tuesday, so it was a discount Tuesday. It was a relatively packed theater, and she gets fucking trucked by this car.
Yeah.
And so that it's got that going for it, I guess. But I had to leave. I feel like I got better things to do than watch this. And if I was someone getting paid to watch movies, sure.
Yeah. It's your job.
Yeah. And I get there's a whole bunch of people who work on these things. Like, it could, it's their living.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work and a lot of time. But, I'm sorry. I gotta go.
I actually have to go home and watch a different movie.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I gotta get the taste out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Watch something I like.
Yeah. A palate cleanser.
Yeah. But, so Jake, you put out a record this year.
I did.
Balance and Bacteria, or Bacteria and Balance?
Balance and Bacteria.
I had it right the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Go with your gut.
Yeah. How was that?
I liked it, and I like it now.
Yeah.
And I'm at a place where, like, I feel like that's what you got to do.
Just put out records?
Yeah, and if you like it.
Sure.
I don't know. The other stuff's weird, man. Don't get in your head about this, that, and the other.
What do you mean? Like
whether other people like it and whether it's going
well.
Sure. I honestly have no idea. I don't know if other people like it. But you mentioned it, so I assume some people
like it. I mean, that's a big thing. You got this project that you're doing.
I liked it, man. And
you're playing shows and you make a record.
Yeah. I aim to keep going.
Yeah.
And doing stuff.
But that was all the way in August. What have you been doing since?
I do have a little backtracking thing. So back in the day, which was actually secretly most of the time I was doing like Hey Dude and Old News, I also had like a little rap group thing, me and a buddy. It started with me and him. And we were called the Blaze Bros.
Right.
And then what happened was he kind of invited too many of his random friends. So it just became me and him and whoever.
The Blaze family.
The Blaze cousins.
Yeah. And
the Blaze second cousins.
Some of them were kind of weird, but anyway, okay, all right. Wait, we're a podcast, so y'all probably want the interesting drama.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you why one of them was kind of weird. One of them, all right, so we were just edgy, and we still kind of keep that, but there is a line. Also, for those of you that don't know, I'm part of the alphabet community. I enjoy penises sometimes. But
right on.
Anyway, this guy had this bar, and he was like, we fuck bitches and rob queers. And I didn't even realize that he actually had robbed a good buddy of mine, okay, big spoiler, a guy that I may or may not have messed around with in high school. But we were good buddies either way. And I didn't even know that he was like talking about robbing my friend like in the song that I was in. Yeah, so we don't really fuck with him anymore. But we're back and we're doing stuff. Just me and the other guy, Master Merc. And I don't know. We wrote some stuff today. We're gonna keep. I'm still doing Frank stuff at the same time.
Right.
It's kind of like a project.
That
might keep popping up.
That last show that I saw you at, I think
in Arcadia, right?
That was like people were so hyped for you. That was really, really fun to see.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, I didn't expect it. Like I remember walking out, and then like Bradley and them showed up, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't really look like anybody's here. And then like I turned around and did something else for a few minutes, and then all of those people were here, and they knew me, and I was like, what? That's crazy.
Should have made you headline that one.
Maybe, but you know what's also really crazy to think about? That some people aren't even aware, but you might be aware. I wasn't even originally on that show, remember? It was at Gator Tales.
It was Gator Tales.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
I was just kind of like, Adam likes me. I bet he'll let me get on that show. So I was like, hey, Adam, can I play that show? And he was like, sure.
Was that
and then I
whole
was
thing
part
an
of
Ocala
it.
thing?
Yeah.
They
and then
had-
that storm happened.
Yeah, they had like a touring band that they were friends with that like set it up at Gator Tales, and then Dirty Earls ended up on it because Brett had messaged and said, you guys want to do a show again? And we said, sure, fuck it. And so it was going to be in like August, I think, right? Whenever the storm
Something
was.
like that, yeah.
And then fell through, whatever. I'm going to reschedule it. So we said, let's reschedule it at Arcadia so it can be all ages, you know?
Sure.
Yeah. That
Cool
helped
hang.
a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, and Dirty Earls, Ocala, Scared of Pretense, which that was their second show.
Yeah.
Oh, that was only their second.
That was their second
Okay.
show. They hadn't played since like February, as far as I know.
Well,
Which is good, like to have other bands like in the pop punk realm, whatever you call it these, whatever they call it these days. But
I'm glad there's a whole. That's why I'm not totally involved. I'm not involved.
You like a good surprise, that's what you're getting.
Yeah, I
at.
like good surprises.
I see what you're saying.
We go to different towns and play shows, and it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
And maybe Windley's the same thing as some other bands too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I like a good surprise, and I'm just saying, Scared of Pretense. I'm glad they're just like a rock band.
Yeah. No, that was my surprise because like when I saw
they're a rock
just
band.
random clips on the internet, I was like, oh, they're like a straight up pop punk band. But no, you're right. After seeing them, I'm like, they've kind of got this whole different edge going on. Like obviously pop punk elements, but
they definitely pull from a lot of different places. And it's cool to see it all put together.
I liked it.
It's biased, but I just the Myrtle Beach group of bands is just that. This is like for
really
me
good
at
one.
least, the top tier, because we have, Frank the Frog, we got Scared of Pretense, and we got, all the heavy like Grimjaw, and they're all like different kind of heavy, too.
Yeah.
And then I'm so glad there's like punk bands now too.
Yeah.
There's
With
like
Cherry Vanilla,
and then Swell, the band that,
which I haven't heard yet.
I've heard their Instagram
saw
clips.
the flyer.
But by the time this comes out, we will either be playing with them soon or we have played with them recently.
Yeah.
But they're like, they have their genre listed as easycore on their
Easycore?
Instagram.
Oh, hell yeah.
But like before it said like
I don't know what that is.
before it
You don't know
said
what that
punk,
is?
before it said like punk, pop punk.
Old Hey Dude.
Yeah. Hallway Girl.
Easy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes more
Pop
sense.
punk with breakdowns.
And they're
I see.
they're like in high school.
Oh,
Like
nice.
they're like there's younger.
So they're still best
people.
friends.
Mainly,
Best
I mean,
friend
They're
hating
still
his
best
town
friends.
thing.
They can sing about being best
Listen,
friends
yeah.
from now.
I like the array.
sad.
I like how we have practically everything, including like some of the Wilmington stuff too.
Elderbright claims both.
I like that part, that there's like so much regional love
Yeah.
too. Like
But also, if every single band was a punk, like a straight punk band, I'd be like,
That'd be cool, too.
This also rules. Like,
That
if
was
Frank the
true.
Frog was a punk band, I'm like,
that would be, I'd be down,
it's
man. I would open or close any
yeah,
that they
punk-
want.
Yeah, I mean, come on, this is
Down for whichever.
But I'm excited about all these bands, man.
Hell yeah.
And then the spreadsheet, still no one's fucking hit me up. So I
Like
can
the
play
starting a band?
because I want to play. I love punk rock, But I love prog rock too.
Yeah.
And I play weird ass riffs in here all the time with Devin and Connor.
And we're putting them in the Windley songs now. We don't care anymore.
Fuck it.
We gotta put them in there.
Sometimes I'll put it like bird song. Like that's not crazy, but we got. I wouldn't say because even this we're gonna put out a record next year, and not even like
whenever this comes out this year.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of prog stuff on there.
Yeah, maybe I wonder if Daryl King would be down to play around with something like that.
Prog?
That's my guess.
Well,
maybe.
here's the thing, like I'm talking like 70s
okay,
Jethro
okay.
Tull.
I don't know about that then.
Atomic Rooster,
new age stuff.
fucking Rainbow.
Yeah,
I'm talking. I don't want to do like Periphery, fucking like I don't want to do that. I want to do fucking. Gotta have a flute.
Yeah. Okay,
if there's no flute,
gotta have a synth.
I like where this is going already.
Gotta have a saxophone and fucking slow prodding. A lot of meandering and switching up time signatures.
From the way you're describing it, hear me out. If you get nobody on the vocals, let me do some abstract Frank the Frog stuff. That sounds beautiful.
Sure.
What you're describing.
Yeah.
that would be sick. Actually,
I love like old school psychedelic shit.
Yeah.
You're describing with flutes and shit.
I want to play in a prog band.
Yeah.
And then we'll have like the weird, the long songs, and then every once in a while it'll be like Alan Parsons. Every once in a while, we'll have a nice smooth little song, and then we'll have like a rockin' little hit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, fucking down, 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 But
you've got a vision going here. I like it.
I mean,
just make them Windley songs. Just make them into Windley songs. We'll do them.
Just Windley them, bro.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
We'll do a Windley prog album so we can fill that.
Actually would be pretty.
Fill
cool.
that void for you.
Yeah.
Just get Frank the Frog on it. Get Garrett to
This record, by the way,
make Garrett write lyrics to prog songs. I think that would be funny.
That's the thing. This record, by the way, that we're currently working on, it is for me. From my eyes, it's kind of strange because I originally had songs, and then I was like, no. And then we were going to do Spite Baby.
Yeah.
So some of the Spite Baby songs are on there. And then also, like, I only wrote lyrics to 4 songs. And I'm like, Garrett's writing lyrics. It's the most collaborative thing we've ever done.
It really is, honestly.
So,
because I mean, you will write the songs and show them to us, and we'll come up with our own parts and change stuff. But like adding Corey to the band and having him come up with shit and us working on that the way, because he doesn't build the whole song the way you do. We jam
that's been
on
really
stuff.
weird.
We jam on
He's a
stuff
guy that
more.
comes in and just kind of, I got this part, and then I got this part, and they don't really connect. Want to see what happens? And then meanwhile, I'm like, I got the whole thing right here. I guess it's whatever, and it's. But I like this process just as much.
I think we're still adjusting to it, but I think it's.
What do you? So you're a wordsmith. You don't carry around a little notebook, do you?
I should. The closest thing that I do to that is sometimes if I think of something that I think is good, I'll like send it to myself on Facebook. But if you want to know the truth, I've actually never used anything that I've sent to myself on Facebook. Every time I go back to it, I'm like, that's stupid. But no, I don't carry anything.
So would you say more of your stuff is almost like a reaction to whatever? Like, what
I like that. A lot of times it is, actually.
Yeah.
I was trying to describe that with my buddy earlier because he was having like a writer's block thing, but he was just going through a lot of stuff. And I was like, if you want to know the secret about balancing bacteria, most of it was just a metaphorical way of explaining what I had been through that year, like just telling you what's going on. So it really is kind of a reaction to whatever. Yeah, that is easier to me.
I'm not a wordsmith.
Yeah.
I have to. whenever I make a song, I have to have a melody with it.
Yeah.
To go with it.
Yeah.
And then I end up just making words with that melody.
Yeah.
While I'm recording on my computer. And I'm not any sort of great lyricist at all. But I just noticed that a lot of my stuff is reactions.
Yeah. I think I do what you're saying.
It's starting to make more sense to me now.
Yeah. I think when I do like specifically like melodic stuff, it's kind of more like you're saying. Like I'll just come up with the melody first and then the words after. Like then I do that. Like,
and it's like a reaction to whatever you're playing and a reaction to something you're not so sure of in your brain.
Just I don't know, man. Like, not to get too deep or weird about it, but I feel like that's the key, ain't it? Like, that's how you make something authentic because it's your perspective.
Out. Yeah,
I feel like
if you try too hard, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, no. But if you're just reacting to whatever, it's going to be you either way. If it's not good, at least it's you.
And I've never had any success trying to make things on purpose.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how. When you have a song and you got all your words, do you go back and clean it up and try to put something?
I don't as much as I should. I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah. And I'm not as organized.
I can do a little better there.
Yeah. But I'm not as organized as what you're saying, but I tidy things up.
I don't.
But not as much as I could.
First drafts all the way.
Well, here's the thing. You go back, in my experience at least, I'll go back. Like we got a song that I made that really makes no goddamn sense.
Okay.
The Cloverleaf 2.
Yeah.
So Devin knows that song, but it makes no fucking sense. And I tried to go back and see if I could clean it up. I was like, let's make something out of this. But it's like, and in other songs as well, it's sort of just like, it's not as good and it's not as effective if I just try to force something else on it.
Yeah.
If my brain right now is trying to make these lyrics better, and that's what I'm trying to do in my head, and then it's some unauthentic bullshit comes out, and it's like, well, just might as well have the goofy bullshit.
Yeah.
Or the shit that doesn't. Some of the older songs, they don't make a lot of sense. Just because that I feel like that's more pure in a way.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that was a specific reaction at this point in time, as opposed to you going like, well, what would people rather hear?
Yeah.
And I notice we swear a lot in our songs, which I'm trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
Kind of. Because I mean, we got hooks with like fucking, and it's I'm on both sides of that.
The Spotify algorithm doesn't appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that.
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, does anyone want to like go?
Joke.
Does
That's
anyone want to
a
sing
joke.
fucking like
Yeah, in front of your parents.
Yeah.
No, I'm on both sides of that. Like I have actually nieces that they love me and they really want to support, but like, sorry, Chad, but my brother's a little strict. So he doesn't like let them listen to the explicative stuff. So basically I've been like, hey, I got Frog Legs. I think that's about it. But I want y'all to hear Frog Legs because I think that one we made clean because
Frog Legs is good.
It's got a little bit of like
that.
It's a little like
oh yeah, there's some risque stuff. Yeah,
but it's clean.
That's 90s Disney if you think about it. You know, you got to understand the undertone.
That's Teen Nick.
Yeah, Teen Nick.
Yeah, nothing you haven't seen on.
Yeah, but what was I saying? And then on the other side of that though, have you guys heard? Will Smith came back and put cuss in his rap, and it actually sounds pretty hard. Like
I haven't heard it.
I think it's what he was missing. He was like, "I'm Will Smith. I don't give a fuck. I don't give shit." No, he's not. It's not like that. But
he slapped Chris Rock.
It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, now he's cussing.
This is dark Will Smith.
Yeah. Put a gat on Jada.
Yeah. When you played it, I guess you did something to me. It's indirectly your fault. Okay. And it haunted me for like the rest of the week. Indirectly your fault. So at the Arcadia show, what do you do a gimmick with your merch table?
I generally don't, but I did that time. You talking about the egg thing?
What did you do exactly?
So I got plastic Easter eggs. It wasn't Easter, but frog eggs. I don't know. Fuck it. And I was just thinking of like t-shirt cannons at festivals kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like I filled it with spoiler, there were these tiny little plastic frogs that I ordered. And some of them had like little bracelets like that I had, but I'm running out of them now. Some of them had those in them. Tried to fit stickers, but they didn't fit, so those didn't work. And then there was like a grand prize one that I just put a beard on and said that it's the one that looks like me, and whoever gets the grand prize gets the... I got new shirts, and I pressed that album onto a cassette.
Oh.
So the grand prize was the t-shirt and the cassette.
Nice.
Combo.
Okay. I wasn't aware of any of that.
Yeah.
So just know that at the Arcadia show, Frank the Frog's got this gimmick with his merch. Andrew, had no idea. And I was sitting outside, this is before the show, and I see Bubba Graham. I'm like, oh, Bubba Graham's here. I haven't seen him in a long time. And he's talking to everybody, and I was like, all right, I'll talk to him later. And then you guys played, and you guys did frog legs. It was pretty badass. And then afterwards, I was sitting outside, and this kid comes up to me, and he's like, hey, do you do what the Frank the Frog merch? Do you know about the Frank the Frog merch? I was like, it's probably inside. And he was like, okay, he's got the thing with he's got this, and I got this from the Frank the Frog show, and I got I don't know what I got.
Told him to bring it up
he's just
to me.
freaking out at me.
Wow.
He's just freaking out at me. And then out of the door comes Bubba Graham, this lovely man who I haven't seen in like over a year.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see him. I'm like, Bubba, how are you, man? And he's like, hey, man, how you doing? And then the kid's like, well, the merch thing. And I turn to the kid, and I'm like, I don't know about the merch thing. And Bubba just kind of taps me on the shoulder. He's like, all right, see you later. And I was like, God damn it, this fucking kid.
Ruined your Bubba moment.
He made it seem like I was fucking blowing Bubba off.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if we could blow Bubba off,
Blowing bubbles.
Yeah, we're blowing bubbles.
Blowing bubbles, oh my God.
But, that kid, I mean, I'm glad he came to the show and had a good time and got some Frank the Frog merch, but son of a bitch.
I don't know why I went to you. I did say specifically.
I was like, do I look like Frank the Frog?
Yeah.
I'm like 3 Frank the Frogs. Okay?
I told him just bring it up to me, I got you.
Yeah.
They didn't hear that part, I guess. Maybe it was
Bubba, all right. And I didn't talk to him. I didn't see him the rest of the night. He just disappeared. I don't know how a guy like that disappears, but he fucking vanished. And I was like, son of a bitch.
I think that's actually how
this is all
legends
Frank
work.
the Frog's fault. And it haunted me. And now I had to bring it up to, first of all, get, what the fuck. So now I know.
Now you have.
Now I know. I
You do that every
have
show.
clear instructions on the Frank the Frog.
Well, I'm going to switch it up now to make it more annoying.
Well, I'm going to
controversy, baby.
You're gonna tell people to find Andrew.
Yeah, you say look for a guy named Andrew. He's probably still here.
Go find Andrew, and he'll
probably
tell
out
you
front.
exactly what to do.
But only if he's talking to Bubba
Hey,
right
it's
now.
Chad.
Chadley.
Chad, come
Chadley?
here.
Movie of the year.
Movie of the year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
I haven't seen too many movies.
Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
That's the movie of every year.
1996,
What was that? 2?
93?
maybe?
91?
Something around there, yeah.
93?
Yeah,
4?
1994.
5?
4?
Tombstone. Check it out.
You are going earlier than I would
A lot
have.
of
Yeah, I guess you're right.
one-liners.
You ever watch The Oklahoma Kid?
Probably, but I don't remember it as well as Tombstone.
James Cagney
I didn't see
plays
this
the
one.
Oklahoma
Actually,
Kid.
Die Hard's the best movie.
Huh?
Die Hard.
That's the movie of the year. Die Hard.
Humphrey Bogart as Whip McCord. If you want to see some early Bogart as an evil Western guy,
Oh, this is like what?
this came out in 1938.
I was gonna say
Oh,
this is
wow.
like a movie from the 30s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I watched Oklahoma Kid the other night, and it was a joy. And it
That's
says
your
a-
movie of 2024.
It really says a lot because it's about them taking away the land from the Native Americans in Oklahoma, and then all the white people. It's about them, finding their land and stuff. And James Cagney's Oklahoma Kid's like, nah, I don't want any part of that, and he's just kind of like hanging around, robbing from the bad guys, and it's a good movie, and it says a lot about that time, and it says a lot about just greed, people in power, greedy people in power. It's a good movie.
Oklahoma Kid.
I'll have to check it out.
It's like a Robin Hood type scenario,
Yeah.
sounds like.
You got a favorite Western? Tombstone?
Other than Tombstone, I don't remember the name. My dad was way more into westerns. Whichever one that one was, where Clint Eastwood was secretly a ghost the whole time.
Pale Rider.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. That makes sense.
I like, for a few dollars more, Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah.
It's good. Unforgiven, Clint Eastwood.
Probably seen those, but I don't remember what's what. I'm not a big western guy. But
I
my
love
dad
John
loved
Ford's
them.
Stagecoach.
Hmm.
That's early John Wayne. He plays the Ringo Kid. There's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
They're grown men.
And
though.
there's there's a famous close up. They're pushing the camera up on John Wayne, and they're like, "This is John Wayne, everybody!" And
Don't you forget
history
it.
was
The
made.
kid. The kid,
Yeah.
John Wayne.
Yeah. Well, Frank the Frog,
Yes.
Jake,
Hey,
is glad you could come out.
listen to Cradle of Filth.
Huh?
Said listen to Cradle of Filth.
I'm not a big Cradle of Filth guy.
You will be.
I like Dark Throne.
Hmm.
We did the Dark Throne ripoff shirt.
We did have a
Yeah.
Dark Throne ripoff shirt.
Yeah.
Sold out.
That's cool.
You gotta buy
I
the
like
new
their
shirt.
first album a lot, Soulside Journey. That was more of a death metal record. And then they had a Panzer Faust. Yeah,
Faust.
yeah. I like Zaster, another black metal band.
Nice.
Yeah. To Violate the Oblivious.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too versed.
Devin,
me either.
and,
That's why I'm just
Devin
like,
got
hell
me
yeah.
into black metal.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did actually.
He told me the story of what
Varg Vikernes.
Varg Vikernes. What,
Yeah.
And what did he do?
Oh, he
Blew up churches
he
and
killed
stuff,
his
right?
bandmate
Right.
because
Oh,
his
that guy
bandmate
killed
was
him.
going to kill him.
Yeah.
And they blew up
But
churches.
what exactly? Can you recount what happened?
He stabbed him a bunch of times.
And then he went back because
yeah, he forgot his Varg V car keys.
Wait, but here's where I'm confused. Because that's black metal, right?
Sure.
And not death metal. But there was
Okay.
actually death, so maybe that should be death metal. You know,
What
it's
you
metal that
mean?
caused a bunch
Are
of
you
death.
talking about Detroit death or are you talking about Florida death?
There's two deaths.
Oh, I like the punk one, if that's what
Detroit
we're talking
death.
about. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The Motown guys.
Right.
yeah,
I fuck with them. I watched that documentary, a band called Death.
Yeah.
good
Sick,
shit.
sick.
It's good.
They still play shows sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
They're,
like-
And then like their son
Yeah, their
has a
son.
band too.
Francis Key, right?
Rough Francis.
Rough Francis.
Which was
Francis
like
Key.
Francis Scott Key,
Yeah.
who sang
Yeah.
who wrote the fucking Star Spangled
one
Banner.
of my favorite songs. One of my favorite
good one.
tunes.
They should
pretty
do a
good.
black metal version of the Star Spangled
What?
Banner.
I love. It's really amazing. I'll listen to the Beatles and Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
Good shit.
Yep.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly. And then years later, we get like Merciful Fate,
Yeah.
and it's like, and Venom, and
It was inevitable.
Slayer, and it's like, what the fuck happened? Could you imagine, like, you're growing up in the early '60s and you love rock and roll, and you get in a coma and you wake up, and it's 1991, and you're like, I want to. What's rock music now? And it's like, what happened? I think about that a lot.
People kind of joke about how like how everyone was so like this is the devil's music.
Yeah.
But like imagine what they actually felt like back then, like having not like we're just so just no one's innocent anymore. Everyone's
Yeah.
seen and heard
We're
everything.
desensitized.
Yeah.
We're desensitized. That's the word.
Yeah.
We're desensitized to everything. But like back in the 60s or 70s, like if they grew up in that, and then in the 80s there were people doing that, like
Yeah.
that is the devil. Like even Kiss.
They kinda-
Like, people,
yeah.
people saw Kiss records and like they were just being edgy, but like they just saw that like whatever was on the back of Destroyer or whatever, and it's like that is satanic. That is the devil right there.
It was really weird because like growing
I've
up,
never seen anything like it.
I remember growing up and seeing like Kiss imagery, and it was like kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom's kind of got me into Kiss. She liked Kiss a lot, and then I listened to Kiss. And Beth, I hear you call. And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking
They're more uplifting. Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got some, and then even like their like Parasite, like that's kind of, quote unquote heavier, but it's still like a little, Parasite baby.
It's still like they're
Yeah.
like singing
Yeah.
love songs.
Yeah.
They're
pretty happy
they're a pop
sounding.
band.
Same thing with Iron Maiden, which Iron Maiden is a
Yeah.
little, obviously a little. I would, we go to Hot Topic,
Yeah.
as a kid, and I'd see Eddie, and I'd be like, oh, what the fuck, and
Yeah.
then Moonchild, it's like, oh, this isn't that scary.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
That's how I feel about
Yeah.
Ghost now. I felt
Ghost?
Yeah, because I saw the merch and stuff before I listened to them. So like,
That-
I was
I think
just
I was
expecting
saying.
something like, I don't know, something Bauhausy and creepy maybe. But
just
no,
pop.
Yeah, it was.
I liked the
Wasn't
first
bad.
couple albums. I
I had the first two.
They're not
records.
bad. They're just not
Yeah.
what I expected. And I was like, what?
because Justin
That's
was
not
in
what I
a Ghost,
expected.
and that's where I heard a Ghost, and I was like, well, if Justin likes them, they're probably cool. So I
Yeah.
listened to them, and I was like, this is fine. This is cool.
Yeah. It just didn't. Kind of like you were saying with Kisses. I was like, just feels more happy and uplifting than you
Yeah.
would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it too. I
Yeah.
was like, this is not what I expected.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think we are going to wrap it up. I don't know when this comes out, but I'm not gonna. Well,
In the bowels of
Yeah.
Andrew's computer.
you have to go out in the middle of New Mexico and dig it up.
Yeah, like all the old Atari ET games.
Yeah. So again, Jake, thanks for hanging out and being our little guinea pig for our first episode back.
Hey, thanks for poking and prodding.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Again, Balance and Bacteria.
Yeah, all the platforms. I'm on all the platforms now. I had for a while. I couldn't get the name Frank the Frog on like Apple and shit like that for some reason. But since Balance and Bacteria and anything, oh wait, we're in the future now, kind of.
We're in the
Yeah,
probably
you
January,
guys haven't-
February.
Hey, if you haven't heard, I
They
put the
got the
song
new
out
streaming
on
platform.
January.
They got the new one. It's
Yeah.
called
Future?
Galopple.
Galopple Blopple.
Yeah,
I've been-
everyone's on
I'm
Galopple
I'm on
now.
Glopple, dude.
Yeah.
No, it was hard
Higher-
to like switch the
higher
names,
quality.
but I did. And so basically, I'm on all the platforms, and will be going forward. Even my most recent song that came out January 1st.
Oh,
That was a great
called
song.
Fly to Mars. Yeah, it was a good one.
I flew to
That
Mars
Fly
listening
to
to that
Mars
one. Yeah, I
jam
flew
that
all
came
the
out
way.
then.
my arm's tired.
Yeah, boy, my arm was tired after I flew to Mars.
If you're at home, we're recording it before then, so it's like it's not out yet. That's weird to me.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I peed a little.
And then the Blaze Boys.
Blaze Bros.
Blaze Bros. Sorry. Anything else that you would like to mention around the late February or early March time?
I'm really bad at dates, so I'm just going to say that Bubba is God. No, I'm kidding. He might not like me to say that. Bubba is awesome.
Bubba is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he
all
would
I'm
not.
gonna say.
I don't think he would like
Yeah,
that.
probably not. That wouldn't be appropriate. I'm sorry, Bubba. I meant like,
Yes, sir.
you know.
It's okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. All right, Devin, we did it.
We made it.
We weren't too sure, but
We
we
are
did it.
so back.
And yeah, we are.
Hashtag
And I hope this is a
productive season.
productive season of WindleyMania.
WindleyMania. Season 4.
Right.
Season 4 is where a lot of shows fall off.
You got
Sure.
it. You got
Yeah,
it.
like I was talking about Lost earlier.
Season
Season
four,
4 gets a
isn't that
little
good?
tricky.
Yeah.
You know what I think you got to do? Introduce a compelling new character, huh?
That's what we have to do. We have to have a third host.
Who was a little shithead on the Brady Bunch? The little cousin.
Cousin
I
Oliver.
forgot about
Cousin
that.
Oliver.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Cousin
there you
Oliver.
go.
I completely forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what? Yeah, I was-
Rewatch Brady Bunch now.
Yeah.
Well, I have to.
Well, watch it on Pluto. They got the Brady Bunch
There's a Brady
channel.
Bunch channel.
Yeah.
It's right
It's-
next to the Matlock channel.
It's only
That one's next to the LA Law channel. That one's next to Night Court.
there's
And
also
that one's next to
it's-
Hill Street Blues. that one's
Well, technically, if we think of it,
Not
we
really.
are introducing a new person because I have to put Corey in the WindleyMania picture for the podcast.
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the band.
Because he's
Whether
in the
he
band
likes
now.
it or
Whether
not.
he likes it or not, he kind of got drafted after.
I feel like that would work better for his character if he doesn't want to be there, you know?
It's true.
Yeah,
He's a
well, it's
resistant
like
hero
compelling Larry.
Well,
yeah.
he had his own episode.
He
Yeah.
had two.
He had two Corey. It was two
Corey
episodes of Corey Mania.
Oh, I got to backtrack now.
Yeah, I made it. There was a different logo for it and everything, different song.
Different song.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But all right. Well,
Now he's in it.
you got to follow at Myrtle Beach shows. Keep up with the shows in Myrtle Beach.
I can say with full confidence,
beyond.
even though this is coming out in the future, there is all like it's December right now. We already have stuff planned for, March and April and May and June. So like definitely check this stuff out. We will be either playing a show or we will have already played a show. So just go look at the Myrtle Beach shows page.
Yeah.
Look at all that crap. It's good stuff.
And again, you got to follow at Windley_band.
And follow...
And Frank the Frog, what's
At
your stuff?
Frank_, it's Frank the Frog raps, but with underscores in between. I'm going to do the Carlson thing and say start a band. Start a fucking band.
Yeah.
Start a band. We need bands.
Start a goddamn
We have
band.
great bands. We need
But
more.
we
great
need more.
bands. We always need
Like
more.
you said, if there was 50 random punk bands in the backyard, that could also be pretty cool.
That would be sick.
Yeah. All right, Chad. Start a band, dude.
Start
you
a
need to
band.
get
Chad's
You're not
not
doing
in
it.
You haven't done
Ch-
shit.
Chad's not in any bands.
All right, there we get out of here. Goodbye.